Thank you, Vicky. Jab, I thought you'd hidden then after that. Come on, Jab, come and tell us.
Yeah, still good morning. Yeah. Buenos dias. My name is Jabran. I'm from a very wet and dark corner of the world they call Yorkshire in the north of England. The sun doesn't shine very often, so I'm very, weather-wise alone, I'm quite lucky to be here, and very excited to share with you what I've been learning this week. So first of all, I'll just sort of talk about why I wanted to come here and how I ended up coming here. It was so I've just finished biomedical science at the University of Sheffield, and I lived away for 3 years. And whilst I was away, and even before going away, I realised how not very close I am to my family. My mum and dad are both Christians, but none of my brothers. I'm the youngest of four. None of them are Christians, and they're all. There's me. There's 4 years, and then there's those three who are like very close to each other, and I'm always sort of the little one. But yeah, I've been not very close to them, and after university I moved back home, and I felt really uneasy being back home. Felt really strange to be back home, like I didn't really belong there, and it was really strange because through my prayers I always felt that God was saying, no, this is your home, this is where you're meant to be, and I was like, God, this doesn't feel like home. Take me back anywhere else. I don't mind. I'll go somewhere else. But I was praying one night, and he kept saying Spain, and I'm like, I'm not moving to Spain. And then I realized actually he didn't want me to move to Spain. What he's saying is that because I knew about the church we had in here, because I know Sally's been to visit here before, and I spoke to her and I said, do you think it'd be possible for me to go away for maybe a week or two to the church in Spain, just help out however I can to serve in any way possible, just to get away from home, get away from all the distractions, the emotions, and just sort of try and seek God, try and see what His plan is for my life, and sort of try and figure out what He's trying to say to me without there being a lot of distractions in the way. And she said that actually, you know what? It's funny you should say that, because there's a trip going, and they're going for a week, and it's going to be an organised mission trip, and you'll gain lots and lots from it. And I was like, okay. Will there be other people there? And he was like, yes. I was like, oh, I don't know. I was kind of hoping I'd go on my own. And she was like, you'll gain a lot more if you go with them. And I was like, right, okay. But I've actually been really blessed, because I think God really wanted me to come in and not only make new friends, but also what we've been learning this week has been amazing and has applied in so many ways to my life. So we were learning about when God calls people and how they make excuses in our daily devotions. And each one of them has spoken to me in a very, very deeply, because first of all, with Jeremiah's excuse was that he was too young and he didn't know what to say. And I feel like that a lot with being the youngest of four brothers, none of whom are Christians. And they think I'm very strange. They think I'm very weird when I go to church and when I do certain things. They just think it's all, it's all up in the air and it's all a facade, and there's nothing behind it. But sort of, God says to Jeremiah that don't say I'm too young. Go to everyone I send you and say whatever I command you to. And it's always been really difficult for me to reach out to my brothers. It's been difficult for my parents to reach out to my brothers. So I never really thought I'd have a chance. And then Gideon once again, who thought he was the least of the weakest clan. So it's God saying, you're not weak. I've got a plan for you. You're not too young. You can still go. And even with Moses, the fact that he had to go back and fight in a place that he once called home. And I feel like that's sort of me, sort of going back to a place which in the past has been a place of failure, because I've tried to reach out to my brothers before. But I really feel God sort of encouraging me regarding that again. And I think one of the reasons that I've not been successful has been because I'm not been very strong in the past with fighting against my flesh, and sort of listening to God over what I feel I should, what feel God is saying to me and what I feel comfortable doing, and been really encouraged by Jesus's sort of time in the Garden of Gethsemane where he prayed, and you know, he sweated blood, and it's just sort of the fact that he was able to fight against the flesh because the angel of heaven was there to strengthen him, and that's really encouraged me to fight my own flesh, to stand up, just to be encouraged in the Lord, and to really reach out to my family, and also God actually showed me last night the fact that he has encouraged me, and he's working in me, because I was praying last night, and for the first time I was like, I'm really going to try and fight against my flesh, and I started praying, and I was actually able to speak in tongues for the first time ever yesterday. So that was a blessing from God as well, and it felt so weird to start off with. Thank you.